Greetings, everyone. Rajee Narinesingh here, transgender activist, author, and actress. You may recognize me from the reality show Botched on the E Network, season 2, 3, and 4, or even the reality show I Am Jazz on the TLC network. I appeared on Jazz's show a couple times. Oh, shout out to Jazz Jennings. Love you, girl. So I'm coming to you from my very humble home here in the United States of America, South Florida. And, uh, my journey has been quite a journey. For those of you who don't know, I'll just kind of share a little bit with you. And, there's so much more to my journey. And for any of you all that may be interested in learning more of my journey, I have a memoir out. My book is called Beyond Face Value, and it is available on Amazon.com. So, just to share a little bit, I am a transgender woman, and some years ago, it was about 2003, I was already living as a woman. I was on hormones, but I felt like I needed more. Like I wasn't truly achieving the femininity that I needed to achieve in order to be the woman that I wanted to be. So, many of us transgender people, because of the way things have been for us in the world and the discrimination that many of us deal with, we've lived on the fringes of society with very little resources. So I oftentimes say, it's like rubbing two nickels together to live your truth. And I needed to do some facial work and some body work to continue with my transition. I felt like I really needed it. And so it led me down the path of black market injections. Initially, I was fine, and I looked pretty good. But about a year and a half down the road is when I had the horrible reaction in my face. And many of you all out there do know my story. My face actually became very, very distorted and disfigured. And let me tell you, it's hard enough living as a transgender woman in this world. Try living as a transgender woman with a disfigured face. Oh my gosh. Trying to maneuver in society was very difficult. All the hardship, of course, caused issues with me like depression and agoraphobia and PTSD. However, I still tried to carry on. I really did. I've been an activist for the LGBTQ community for over 20 years, and even before that, I was doing activism with the American Red Cross and the United Way. And when I was in high school, I was volunteering at the community hospital. I've always had that sort of spirit about me, that humanitarian type spirit. So I continued with that. I continued my writing. I have a couple other books out. To date, I have to say my best work would be my latest book, Beyond Face Value. But I continue with my writing, and I also continue to act. Now, in high school, I went to a performing arts high school in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Franklin Learning Center. And I took health sciences with a minor in performing arts. So I always loved drama. And I continued to work on my drama and my acting, basically. And I ended up getting a role, a principal role, the role of Aunt Norma in the first all-transgender production called Bella Maddo. It's a movie. And actually, you could see some clips of it on my YouTube channel, Rajee Narinesingh. If you put Rajee in Google, you'll find me. So anyway, I landed that part, and I like I said, I really tried to carry on, but it was hard, and people were so judgmental with me. Like, we live in a pretty superficial world, and oftentimes people are judged by their appearance. And so I would go out and about, and the different things I would encounter sometimes from people, people just being mean and cruel. And I thought to myself, God, if you only knew my heart, if you only knew my heart. And if you only knew my heart and what I've been through. So in 2011, I did an interview, a local interview here in South Florida with CBS 4. And it was on a Monday, and they came out to do my story. I had been sharing the whole black market story with people when I would go to different venues to speak and share my journey. I would talk about how I went for black market injections and what happened to my face. But this was the first time I was getting to do it really in I would say like the mainstream media. So they came on the Monday, they did the story. My story aired on the 11 o'clock news. And literally overnight, it was less than 24 hours, my story went viral. It was like all over the world. By 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., the next morning, which was Tuesday, my phone was ringing off the hook. I mean, Dr. Phil, Anderson Cooper, CNN, um, Germany TV. It was just Japanese TV, Spanish TV, Univision, Telemundo. And I always explain it like this. You know, when you, in the movies, like when you watch a movie and there's the media shows up to someone's home and you see like all the trucks out on the lawn and the reporters standing outside the door. That's basically how my front yard looked, okay? So it was a little overwhelming, but at the same time, it was like, wow, I'm finally getting to tell my story. I'm finally getting to tell my story. And my story was in all the different news venues around the world, which then led to a number of talk show appearances for me, which then led to reality TV for me. I was telling my mom the other day, I said, you know, Mom, it's amazing how the very thing that you think will be your demise ends up turning into blessings. Now, granted, going forward, I definitely have to monitor my health. You know, my face is a lot better. I do have what I call flare ups where, it seems to like appear like the nodules are starting to come back again. I already had one big flare up, which I ended up having to have another surgery. But the thing about black market injections is, you're getting substances injected in you, and they're not in any sort of encasing. So the substance is mixing in with your tissue and your nerves, and so it's really, really hard to get all of it out. And so there's still like, some that's been left in my face. And I think, now and then I get the flare ups from that. Also with the rest of my body, I have it in my breast, my hips, and my buttocks. So I have to definitely continue to monitor. Thankfully, my body's been stable. So it's an ongoing thing. But I know I could have died. And I'm still here. I'm still here. And the blessings that this whole thing has turned into is, I mean, I've been given a platform to advocate against this black market kind of stuff, like, the injections and really any black market procedures. I've been given a platform to do my advocacy. It's been a blessing for me to be able to take something bad that happened to me and use it to do a good thing. What is it? Make your mess your message. I love that saying. So I've been given that platform to do that. I have a platform now to do my activism. Granted, I've been an activist for 20 years for the LGBTQ community, but on a broader level now, I can do my activism. And so the irony of like the thing that could have killed me ended up turning into me being able to able to use it to touch the world, in a positive way. Since going on reality TV, I have heard from people literally all over the world, all over England, Africa, different countries in Africa, India, Australia, South America, Central America, the Caribbean, Canada. I mean, literally everywhere. I mean, it feels like that. A lot of people from many different places around the world. And not only LGBT people, the little old lady in Iowa, the housewife from Chicago, the guy in Ghana, Africa, the girl in Kenya, Africa. I mean, the Philippines, the little boy in the Philippines, the little boy from Belize. I think he was like 12 years old. Just literally all types of people. Now, I've always known this to the core of me. But really, despite our differences, we human beings are so connected. And oftentimes, I think a lot of us forget how connected we are as human beings in this world, despite all of our differences. Because these people that have reached out to me, many of them have nothing really in common with my life. Like, I'm a trans woman in America. I certainly have my journey and my unique stories. And, many of them don't relate to any of that. But there's still a connection that happened with my essence and theirs. I say, even though our struggles might be different, every human being can relate to strife and struggle and holding on and being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that in many ways that's what my story has meant to a lot of people. It's awesome. I sit and sometimes I can't even believe that I'm still here and that God has blessed me to be able to do this with my life and my story and what happened to me. It's awesome. So I know that each and every one of you watching this video have had moments in your life where you start to question, okay, what next? What am I to do? What is my purpose? What road am I to go down? What's next? I've been praying to God and meditating, and I said to myself, I have some notoriety in the world now. Fame, notoriety. I mean, I go out to like the supermarket or the post office or a restaurant and I am recognized. People recognize me. A lot of people know my story and just like, come up to me. And especially at LGBTQ festivals. Oh my goodness. I went to one 2 weeks ago and the love that I received from my brothers and sisters. Awesome. Just awesome. I couldn't even walk a half a block and I was being stopped and people were asking me to take pictures and telling me how I inspire them. And it is nothing like seeing a young trans person or a young gay person come up to me screaming like, I love you. Oh my God, I love you so much. Can I have a picture? And, being able to know that you are an inspiration, to the younger generation. Like these are young LGBT people coming up in the world and like I'm able to inspire them and be an example for them. Wow. Yeah, so at the festivals, it can get pretty crazy. Oh my God, I must have taken probably 50 or 60 selfies with different people. I mean, it was just, but it was an awesome time. I had a great time out there. So, yeah, so I said to myself, recently I was thinking, I have this notoriety, some notoriety in the world, and um, how do I use it? Like, I have to use this to do good with it, and so, not just take the selfies and, enjoy the fame and, post on my social media. Oh, look, this fan or this supporter, which what I like to call my quote unquote fans, my supporters, because these people are so faithful and like really passionate about their love and support for me. It is just amazing. So, that's all great, but it's like, what do I do with this? Like, there has to be something that I can do with this for the greater benefit of the world, of mankind. So, through prayer and meditation, I just now really want to focus on, at this point in my journey, focus on truly bringing us together, despite our differences, people from all around the world, truly bringing us together as a united global family. Really, really, really promote that and rally for that. And, we all can play our part in that. I know it, each and every one of us, because I know to the core of me that each and every one of us, we are here for a divine purpose. All of us. All of us play such a role in this human experience. And we are all here for a divine purpose. I held on to that in the days when I felt like I couldn't go on, in the days when I felt like I didn't have a place in this world. There was something in me that said, "But no, 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 no. I know we all are here for a divine purpose. We all have a purpose." So I'd love for all of you to join in with me. I have created a new hashtag. It's hashtag United Global Family. Post it everywhere. I want to see it everywhere. And you can say, if you want Rajee praise for hashtag United Global Family, or Rajee wants hashtag United Global Family. Because I know we all can come together and do our part to truly bring us, the human race, together as a united global family in love. We're living in a time that's quite divisive. 2018, there's been a lot that has been going on. And, in the history of mankind, you've seen it. There's always been divisive things going on between different groups of human beings. I mean, every single culture around the world has seen it in some way, whether it's race or a class, or religion. And, there's peaks and valleys of it. I think right now we're in a pretty turbulent time, and I just hope that, I can do my part to rally and really promote this united global family. And, it may sound cliche, but really, beneath all the layers and the labels that each and every one of us are, we are we are vibrational energy living in this human body. That's what it is. It's vibrational energy that are in these human bodies of ours. And it connects us. It connects us. We're all living this human experience. So we're all in this together. Join in with me, people. Join in with me. Because there's just so much more. There's so much more I know that can be done. Okay. I guess that's it for now. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button. I have a lot to say, and I know there's people out there that want to hear what I have to say. And on that note, I just want to wish each and every one love, peace, and blessings.